Okay, now this video is being made at 10:35 a.m. on 11/18/2013. My name is Dusty Williams, and you can clearly see here that this tin is locked up. We're going to see if a trespass notice is put on it today, tonight, tomorrow, anytime in the next 60 calendar days. This video stands the test of time in reference to its statements for the next 60 days in reference to this area. This area location, code word GILL ×2. The last time I looked, I'm a woman. I'm not a man. And that was said for specific reasons to identify where I'm at. I'm a target victim and activist concerned in the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. Two individuals that they set up about 125 feet away who yelled gang stalking from a distance, even though they've been extremely quiet for the last 7 days. Okay. Walked by my campsite yesterday. I believe it was done to provoke me to take a video picture of them, which is what I did, but I won't be uploading that for a while for strategic purposes. This is the area that I'm at right now, where the dead tree's at. If I come home here on any date and notice any of my property stolen or damaged, it will be directly connected to this organized stalking expedition. What they do in organized stalking is form associations in a targeted individual's mind about who's being solicited to harass the target using gang stalking methods. Let me give you a case in point concerning what I'm talking about. Right now in my possession, I have close to 800 separate audio files of individuals getting around me everywhere I go, every single day, and repeating the following. Hang on a second. Gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalking, oh my god. Weird and crazy. That's right. Can also be said back to back with it. That's right. And that's done to form the mental association and that's done to form associations. It's done to sensitize you to these words. Then they just use different duped community members to get around you to repeat the words everywhere you go, and that makes you feel stalked as a result. And they're literally having a dumb audacity to get around me and literally repeat the name of the crime that's happening to me. Gang stalking. That's right. Now go to Google and type in how they use homeless people in gang stalking. Just do it. That's right. Now they set up some individuals to hike out about 125 feet away, and honestly, I don't even think they're hiking. I think they're just coming down here to use the area they set up to harass me. For some reason, hang on a second. For some reason, in the last 7 days, they've been very quiet except on 3 separate occasions. And those 3 separate occasions, they have yelled gang stalking. You better believe they have. And I've caught some of it on audio file. One of them that has been used on numerous occasions had the audacity to walk by me yesterday, probably trying to provoke me to take a video picture of them, believing I would upload that to the internet. Then, since cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking, and I've already caught the police being involved in this, go to YouTube and type in 2/20/13, learning disabled woman catches another gang stalker admitting sent her harass. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Crap. Now that's an individual on a street corner literally admitting, hang on a second, that a San Diego police officer put him on the corner to engage in specific physical gestures, which you hear me say, don't put your hands to your face no more, at the very, very tail end of that video. You might think to yourself, what does physical gestures got to do with this? In sensitization methods of gang stalking, they sensitize the target to words, phrases, physical gestures, sounds, colors, certain people, certain types of people, vehicles, and then reintroduce what the target's been sensitized to every chance they get along all of the routes every day. To give you an example about how these physical gestures have been caught in reference to the gang stalking of me, in reference to that being one of the methods of the gang stalking that's happening to me, go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass. Read comments, which means read the description of that YouTube video. In the description of that YouTube video, you'll see another YouTube video that was posted in early December 2011 of me being at a bus stop stating that individuals are getting along all my routes, even at universities, and putting their hands to their face in specific ways. That video was uploaded around December 6, 2011. On January 28, 2012, almost two full months later, I caught 3 teenagers admitting to me and a hidden running tape recorder that was recording that they were put on a bus route I was already on to engage in those physical gestures. That's why the first video that I mentioned, Learning Disabled Woman Catches Another Gang Stalker Admitting Sent to Harass, is titled Another, because that's the second time that I caught an individual admitting to me in a hidden running recorder that was recording that specific people put them along my routes to engage in these physical gestures. It's their way to remind you you're being gang stalked by sensitizing you to words, phrases, physical gestures, even specific types of sounds, like specific ways of clearing your throat, coughing, pointing, okay? It's crazy shit. I didn't develop their methods, but I am exposing them, and you can Google these methods. Now, one of the individuals that they have used, and I've even caught this specific individual on September 15th saying gang stalker. He walked up this sidewalk, okay, and when he got about to right there, he had a big dog with him. And right when he got to about right here, I heard him say, as I was sitting in my tent, I heard him say, "Don't worry, we're almost here." He was talking to his dog. Then he walked down there, okay, and then walked on down there. And then once he got to about right there, he started walking up this way a little bit because there's a fallen tree for him to walk on in order to get to the other side of a ravine. Okay? So that he could then walk on that and then go back to the hiking area they supposedly set up. When he got to this area over here, before he got onto the tree to walk on it to cross the ravine, he said gang stalker. That's right. That's right. That's the same exact individual that walked by me yesterday afternoon. Now, did they do that in order to provoke me to take out my video camera and take a video picture of them, because they know that on occasion I take out video pictures of people who have previously harassed me? Why would they do that? Maybe hoping I'd take out my video camera, take a video picture of them, upload it to the internet. Hang on a second. Upload it to the internet, and then as a result of the police being involved in this shit, they could say that Leslie now thinks that this well-known homeless guy in the area is gang stalking her. Leslie's crazy, because now we can identify this guy that she's uploaded a video about, accusing him of gang stalking her, and since we know who this guy is, we now know where Leslie lives. Do you see how they operate? They will literally even use my own video camera. By using an individual who's already deliberately and intentionally associated themselves to this campaign as a result of having him walk by here, getting my attention by talking to his dog, having him walk down here, go down through there, and then right before he approached the tree that they crossed to go there, he said gang stalker. And I caught it on video on September 15, 2013. Then they had him walk by me yesterday, believing I'd take a video picture of him, because they knew I already knew who he was, because I clearly saw him through that little way there, and I saw him along my routes walking with other people that they have got to gaslight me. Gaslighting is a term that describes sensitization and harassment of gang stalking. Just bear with me. You'll see I'm telling you the truth. Now, just do everything that I've mentioned in this video file. Okay? Do all of it, and you'll see that I'm telling you the truth in reference to these being their methods. 800 separate audio files, do not lie, of individuals getting around me every single day, everywhere I go, and repeating gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, in that way, non-stop and repetitively. Now, for the last 7 days, they backed off from doing that to going back to doing the physical gestures, putting the hands to the nose in certain ways, doing this with their hands and then putting it in the mouth, pointing around me constantly for me to see, and acting like the pointing is being done for legitimate reasons. I'll get on a bus, and then they'll have a guy get on the bus and ask the bus driver directions, and the bus driver does this right in front of me. A woman the other day, as I was going to get inside, because they watch your habits and your routines, they know that when I go into Rouse, I go to go use the electronic carts. So when I go in to use the electronic carts, I'll go in one entrance, and if no electronic carts are there, I'll go to the other entrance to see if there's one there. I go into the one entrance, there's not one there, so I walk around to the other one, and as I'm coming perpendicular to where that shopping cart is, the electronic one, a woman is standing there going like this. Now that's supposed to represent a sexual overture. That's right, because when they first sensitized me to the finger pointing, they had individuals get up on a bus and at the libraries and sit next to me and go like this by their crotch. Now, if you look at that, what that's supposed to mean, the sexual overture of it, then you look at this, what do you think it means? That's right, because they want to make sure that it keeps anchored in your mind that this is about human trafficking, because it is, and the sex is associated to it. That's right. Go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and human trafficking. Just do it. So basically their whole goal is to make sure that you're reminded that you're a victim of it every day, everywhere you go, by repeating the physical gestures, the words, the phrases, the sounds, okay? And so on and so forth. And then they will literally have the audacity to associate people that they've used to harass you on previous occasions, to then have them walk by you and act normal, provoking you to take out your video camera, upload it to the internet. They then say that they have a legitimate reason to know why they're surveilling your YouTube videos. Saw me taking a video picture of this guy. They then claim that this guy is a well-known homeless person that's in the area that's never bothered a soul, and now she's claiming he's gang stalking her. Because this is what they do. They literally try to make it appear that the target's crazy. Let me ask you a question. Do you think 800 separate audio files are crazy? And remember what I said at the beginning of this video. I literally caught 3 teenagers admitting they were put on a bus route to gang stalk me. I caught an individual admitting to me in a hidden running tape recorder that a San Diego police officer put him on a corner to do the same thing. That's right. You can also go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Evidence of Being Gang Stalked." Learning Disabled Woman Exposes the Direct Conversation Method. And when you look at all my videos, you got to look in the description of those YouTube videos to see if there's any cooperating material, okay, that shows you the same exact methods that you're looking at in the host video happening and being caught and uploaded in other videos. And you also got to pay attention to the instructions. It's the only way you're going to be able to make sense of the evidence. I do what I do in order to inform, to expose the truth and the lies and the deceit. These people will tell you bold-faced, flat-out lies. And they'll even use your responses to the harassment to get you to videotape somebody who's been used on previous occasions. You upload that video, and then they turn around and say, well, we know this person. This person's never caused any problems in the community whatsoever. Leslie's crazy. These are the schemes of gang stalking. Look, if they're harassing a target every day, everywhere they go, they're basically trying to wear the target out mentally and emotionally, using the own target's mental and emotional responses to it, so to try and provoke the target out to act out the next day they're harassed, because by then they believe that it might be the last straw that broke the camel's back, provoking the target to act out so they can then arrest them or institutionalize them. What does that tell you? That tells you that they're using the very own target's mental processes and emotional processes to wear them down. Do you honestly think they won't use a target's video picture of a person? Through the cyber surveillance of organized stalking, they see how I'm responding to the harassment. They see that I'm uploading videos of people who have harassed me on previous occasions. They believe then all they got to do is, because they've already been associated to the campaign, they form classically conditioning a target. That's how the sensitization is formed, by making associations to words, phrases, physical gestures, certain people, certain types of people, cars, colors, sounds. That's right. It's all done through associations. Then they constantly repeat what's been mentally anchored, what's been associated, the word, phrase, physical gesture, sound, certain person, certain type of people, like gangster-looking type people, punkish type-looking people, because they got to keep the mind and body constantly reacting to what they're doing. That's right. It's called sensitization method. Just extensively Google it and you'll see what I'm talking about. You can YouTube it as well. And then what they'll do, again, like I've already stated, is they'll use somebody to act normal that's already been used in the past, because the association's already been formed, to provoke the target to take a video picture of them, which they see I'm doing because cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking. Go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids. You'll see a targeted individual being covered on the news. And you'll see him stating that he is gang stalked and harassed everywhere he goes, even at his own home, even by his own neighbors. And you'll see a police officer by the name of Lieutenant Larry Richards stating that gang stalking has been going on forever and that it's even reached out into the cyber world. Go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and cyber surveillance. So they see how I'm reacting to the ways I'm being harassed and the peoples that have been used, that they have used. So I guess they figure they use homeless people because they're easily bought up, paid for, and they can easily leave the area and never be found because they're homeless. That's right. That's right. So I guess and another main method of gang stalking is to try and label the target as being crazy by saying Leslie or any other target thinks that they're being stalked by people they don't know. Leslie's claiming that people are deliberately stalking her to repeat words and phrases. Leslie's crazy. Now Leslie's accusing of a well-known guy who's been homeless and in the area for a long time, who's never bothered no one. Now she's accusing him of gang stalking her. Leslie's crazy. This is literally how they operate. Go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and falsified mental diagnoses, corrupt doctors, corrupt mental health. Just do it. What I do in these videos is to expose the methods and maneuvers and tactics of gang stalking so fellow targeted individuals can know what to look out for in reference to how they operate, and so the community can know the truth. These are the little schemes of this. Now think about this. In closing, I'm sitting in my tent yesterday minding my own business with the tent open. They get him to walk by me, and they already know they've used him because they've used him. They get him to walk by me, okay, and believing that I'll take out my video camera because that's what I've done in the past. I then upload that video to the internet. They say they recognize the guy. They approach the guy out in the community like a cop and says, do you know where this video was taken at? And he'll say, yeah, I know where she's living at. I know where she's hiking at. And then the cops make it appear they have a normal appearing reason to come here to evict me and or arrest me or put me in the county mental health. Because this is how they operate. They got to make it appear what's happening to a target is because the target's crazy and because they had a normal appearing reason to know why the video was online. This is literally how they operate. Literally. I can't just say it any clearer. Now, if they'll go as far as renting apartments adjacent to a target, Google that. If they'll gang stalk a target to a motel room, Google that. If they haven't gang stalked along every single one of their routes every single day in order to put the crafted harassment around the target for the target to experience, they got to know where the target's at. In order to do that, that's stalking. So if they'll gang stalk him to all the places that I've just mentioned, do you really think they won't gang stalk him to a hiking area? Think again. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth concerning how these freaks operate. And also, hang on a second. Also go to Google. Think about this. They create homelessness of target by getting landlords and property owners on board. So do you honestly think that since the cops are connected, I already know the cops are connected to this shit. Remember one of the first videos that I mentioned in this YouTube video? The police, this is organized crime in the system that's doing this. So anybody in the system that has an employment description in the government can easily, through the stalking, they know where I'm at. They can turn around and ask an individual through normal appearing questions and reasons like, look, can you, I got a reason to ask, they make it appear they got a reason to ask any other person who might not be syndicated in the system. They'll approach them and say, I need some information about who owns this property. Can you look it up for me in reference to the tax ID? They then contact that property owner and tell them a lie about the target. Go to YouTube and type in listen to a stranger to see how they operate. And you'll see I'm telling you the truth. They then get the property owner's cooperation based on the lie and the prestige of the position, like a badge, a detective, a sergeant, a lieutenant, even at the federal level. Google organized stalking or gang stalking in the FBI. Just do it. Just do it. Okay? So what they do is then solicit the property owner to make it appear they got legitimate reasons to know that a target is hiking at a specific place on their property, and they then come down and make it appear that they're on the property for normal appearing reasons. Landscaping work, watering the plants, checking out the property to make sure it's okay. They then see the targeted individual hiking and tell them they gotta move. How do you think they're creating homelessness of targets? By getting landlords and property owners on board. I do what I do to expose the truth. Google and YouTube every tactic and method that I've described and every YouTube title that I've described. Every description that I've described, synthesize them together and you'll see that I'm telling you the truth. Today's date is November 18th, 2013. I'm going to show you a video picture again on my cell phone. and then I'm going to close this video down. If there's any problems that transpire at this property at all, I am preparing to move from here. If there's any theft of any of my property, because I could come home and discover property's gone, and I guess they believe that that would provoke me to confront them, and then either them or a third party who's magically in the area will call the police. So the police will, because they provoke the target to act out. They're called staged events and gang stalking, street theaters. Google it. They'll provoke a target to act out as a result of the damage or theft of their property. They believe then the target will believe. See, they form the association that they're involved in the gang stalking. Excuse me. Hang on a second. By literally yelling gang stalking from a distance. Gang stalking is the same exact words I'm experiencing along all of my routes, caught on 800 audio files. 800 audio files. Okay, 800. So they form the association first. I come home after leaving for the day, and then I come home and discover property missing. They believe then that will provoke me to go over there to them, and either them or a friend of theirs that's with them or somebody who magically arrives in the area as it's unfolding, they call the police, and the police come down here. They try to imply that I'm crazy because I'm accusing them of stealing my stuff and or gang stalking. That's right. They'll even use the witness, more than likely a staged one. Google that. And use them to state that this lady's crazy. I caught her yelling. I caught her yelling on my cell phone. I heard her yelling. I heard her accusing of these people who were minding their own business of stealing her property. And then the police come out and at least evict us, them, even though they're planted here anyways, and me, while I walk away with the effects of my property being stolen and maybe even arrested. That's right. Or they'll call the property owner, somebody in the area, as a result of them supposedly hearing the provocation between me and them. What I described to you are the methods of gang stalking. They're called street theaters and gang stalking expeditions. Google it. You'll see I'm telling you the truth. Alright, I gotta go. I do what I do in order to be able to expose the methods and tactics of gang stalking for what they factually and actually are, so you can know the truth. And I'm predicting it now, and that includes a trespass notice being put on this tent, or me coming home and it being gone, including any other property that's hidden close by. Today's date is, like I just got done showing you, the 18th of October. I mean, the 18th of November. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.